Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Vedanta Garwal. Our top story. In a dramatic set of events, Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan was arrested after an Islamabad court sentenced him to 3 years in jail. A crucial development in the already volatile politics of Pakistan. What really are its ramifications? Well, Pakistan is already battling one of its worst economic crises in decades. The political situation is only likely to worsen in the days to come. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan being taken to Fort Lakhpat jail in Lahore after he was arrested from his home after the court convicted him in an asset concealment case, handing down a 3-year jail sentence and barring him from contesting elections for 5 years. The arrest did not seem to be a surprise to the Tehreek-e-Insaf party chief, who recorded a message that was put out after the arrest.
मेरे पाकिस्तानियों, जब तक ये पैगाम आप तक पहुंचेगा, मुझे ये अरेस्ट कर चुके होंगे और मैं जेल में होऊंगा, तो मेरी आपसे सिर्फ एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है, अपील है कि आपने घरों में चुप करके नहीं बैठना। मैं ये जो जद्दोजहद कर रहा हूँ, ये अपनी ज़ात के लिए नहीं कर रहा, ये अपनी कौम के लिए कर रहा हूँ, आपके लिए कर रहा हूँ, आपके बच्चों के मुस्तकबिल के लिए कर रहा हूँ। अगर आप अपने हुकूक के लिए नहीं खड़े होंगे, आप गुलामों की जिंदगी गुजारेंगे।
In the recorded message, Imran Khan asked his supporters to rally in the streets after his arrest.
पुरअमन इत्तेजाज आपने करते रहना है जब तक कि आपको आपका हक नहीं मिलता, और वो सबसे बड़ा फंडामेंटल राइट है वोट के जरिए अपनी हुकूमत मुंतखब करना।
The court found him guilty of illegally selling state gifts in what is popularly known as a Toshakhana corruption case. His team says they will appeal against the conviction.
अपर जो कोर्ट हाई कोर्ट है, वहाँ पे हमारा राइट हमारे पास है, अभी वहाँ पे हम अपने आप को वहाँ पे प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं और अपना जो है ना जो फैसला है इसके खिलाफ वहाँ पे जा सकते हैं।
As protests grew after the former Prime Minister's arrest, the government made a statement claiming there was no political vendetta.
इस पूरे केस का कानूनी तकाजे पूरे करने के बाद, इसकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन होने के बाद, इसका जो रेफरेंस है वो अदालत में भेजे जाने के बाद, अदालत के अंदर एक ट्रायल कोर्ट ने ट्रायल मुकम्मल होने पर उसके ऊपर तमाम दलाइल मुकम्मल हुए, और हर दफा जब उन पे जवाब देने की बात आती थी तो वो ऊपर से उल्टा चोर कोतवाल को डांटे, जो वारंट लेके जाता था उस पे हमला आवर हो जाते थे, क्योंकि उनके पास जवाब नहीं था।
Imran Khan's detention, the second this year, is a fresh blow to the opposition leader's bid to return to power after he was ousted in a no-confidence vote in the Pakistan Parliament in April 2022. With Vinny Mishra, Bureau Report, NDTV. And moving now, a 5.8 magnitude earthquake was struck Afghanistan. The Hindu Kush region was the epicenter of this particular earthquake. In fact, tremors were felt in parts of Punjab, Jammu and Kashmir, and also Delhi NCR. Strong tremors were felt, and the earthquake took place in the Hindu Kush region, which is an earthquake-prone area as well. Our senior colleague Himanshu Shekhar is now joining us on the phone line. Himanshu, which were the areas where the impact of the earthquake was maximum, and what is the effects of the earthquake? Have any reports of destruction or injuries surfaced?
Well, Vedant, the National Center for Seismology Director J.L. Gautam has told NDTV that the depth of this earthquake, which though was of a very high intensity of 5.8 on Richter scale, but the depth was 181 kilometer. And so whenever an earthquake, even of a higher intensity, if the depth is so high, 181 kilometer, so the possibility of damage to houses, especially in and around the epicenter in the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan, is relatively less. Though because the intensity was very high, so a distance as far as areas in close to Delhi NCR region, parts of Punjab, even in Jammu and Kashmir, and parts of Pakistan, the tremors have been felt because any earthquake of the intensity 5 or above is considered very, very lethal. But the good thing is that this epicenter has been recorded in an area which is a mountainous area, very sparsely populated, and because of that, the extent of damage that is expected, feared, is not very high. And as I said earlier, the JL Gautam, the Director, National Center for Seismology, has told NDTV that because the depth was very high, 181 kilometer was the depth recorded of this earthquake. And whenever such
that's right. And as you pointed also, Himanshu, that it was a sparsely populated area. So no casualties, fortunately, have been reported in this particular earthquake. Thanks very much, Himanshu, for joining us with all those details. And well, moving now to Manipur, where violence continues. In a fresh incident today, 3 people were killed, including a father and son, as suspected insurgents allegedly breached the buffer zone. Extremely concerning. The buffer zone was created by security forces and raised a village in the dead of the night as well. In fact, after this incident happened, massive combing operations were launched. In fact, one insurgent, as per reports, has also now been apprehended.
हमारे बहादुर जवान सारे सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस यहाँ पर लग के किसी तरह से शांति बहाल करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
Less than 24 hours after this assurance from the Manipur police chief, a fresh spell of violence in the state ravaged by ethnic unrest for over 3 months. A father and son and their neighbor killed in a gruesome manner, gunned down while they were sleeping and later slashed with swords by suspected militants. Police sources say the militants might have come from a neighboring district. The murders were carried out near Kwakta in Bishnupur district, a few miles from the volatile border with Churachandpur district. In retaliation to the fresh killings, arson has been reported from the area, even as continuous firing can be heard on the border of Churachandpur and Bishnupur.
In the past couple of days, the border areas between Bishnupur and Churachandpur district has seen tension over the proposal of mass burial of tribal victims of the violence. And now these fresh killings are going to be a new concern, given the fact that it appears that the attackers this time have been able to breach the buffer zone created to keep the 2 warring communities at a distance and manned by central forces. This will unnerve center and state governments, and even a BJP MLA is asking uncomfortable questions.
How these militants are coming all the way from another district and coming into the valley area and killing people in their homes while they are sleeping. It's something which really needs to be answered now. The so-called paramilitary forces and security forces who are flying around over there needs to answer a lot. I think these people need to be suspended. And we've already written a memorandum to the Union Home Minister that there are certain security forces which is still creating some kind of an uneasiness between the people and the state.
Police sources added that the arms and ammunition looted from the police outpost in Bishnupur last Thursday have been recovered. The state cabinet has recommended a session of the state legislative assembly on August 21. But many say a lot needs to be done before that.
A force does what is being directed on them. They do not do it on their own. Unfortunately, in spite of such a large forces, in our case, the unified command which is existing requires a major revamp.
Perhaps centre needs to think if forces need to be rejigged as Manipur continues to simmer. With BM Sanju in Imphal, in Guwahati, Ratndeep Chaudhary for NDTV.
And well, moving now to the other big headline, the CBI has filed a charge sheet against Jagdish Singh. Singh has been charged with murder in the 1984 anti-Sikh riots case. The CBI says that Singh instigated the mob to kill Sikhs. In fact, the CBI also goes on to say that Singh incited the mob to burn a Gurudwara. Jagdish Singh now charged with murder after the CBI charge sheet. In fact, we all remember those court proceedings just a few weeks back where a woman broke down saying that it's been 3 decades and we still await justice. And moving now to poll-bound Rajasthan, where there seems to be a fresh embarrassment for the Congress party. Well, after the Red Diary row, now the Jaipur Heritage Mayor, Munesh Gurjar's husband, has been arrested by the Anti-Corruption Bureau. In fact, he was caught taking a bribe. Here's Toshakhana Singh's report.
A major embarrassment for the Congress in Rajasthan. The mayor of Jaipur Heritage, Munesh Gurjar's husband, caught in the act of accepting a bribe of 2 lakh rupees by the state's Anti-Corruption Bureau. Sushil Gurjar was trapped by the ACB along with 2 other conduits, accepting 2 lakhs in return for issuing a plot lease deed. In searches at the mayor's residence, more than 40 lakh rupees were recovered in cash. A counting machine had to be called in from the bank to count the notes. After the row over the Red Diary, this is another embarrassment the Congress can ill afford in an election year. Recently, a former minister of the Gehlot cabinet had been threatening revelations of corruption against the chief minister, which he claims are noted in a Red Diary by one of Gehlot's aides. The former minister, Jagdish Singh, is threatening to expose the government by revealing pages of the Red Diary. The Congress has dismissed the Red Diary as mere fabrication. But in this case, with the mayor's husband caught red-handed, it has left the party red-faced.
राजस्थान की लूट और झूठ की सरकार का एक और घोटाला सबके सामने आया है। अब जो घोटाला सामने आया है वो हेरिटेज के मेयर के पति घूस लेते हुए पकड़े गए। मुझे एक बात समझ नहीं आती कि राजस्थान के मुख्यमंत्री ने अपने अंगूठे में पट्टी बांधी है या आंख में।
But the Chief Minister has said the fact that the state's Anti-Corruption Bureau arrested the mayor's husband is in itself an indication that the government is serious about cracking down on corruption.
ACB में कोई इंटरवेन नहीं करता है, कोई ना तो सीएम के पास में, ना गृह मंत्री के पास में, ना ACB मंत्री में खुद हूँ, उनके पास आने जरूरत है। यहाँ कलेक्टर अरेस्ट हुए हैं, SP अरेस्ट हुए हैं, RPC के मेंबर अरेस्ट हुए हैं, मेयर के हस्बैंड अरेस्ट हो रहे हैं, IRS अरेस्ट हो रहे हैं। कई हमारे केंद्र सरकार के जो अधिकारी हैं उनको भी पावर है ACB को राजस्थान में जो काम करते हैं, चाहे वो केंद्र सरकार के अधिकारी को नहीं हो।
And ministers from Gehlot's cabinet too appear to be distancing themselves from the mayor.
देखिए, ACD डिपार्टमेंट मुख्यमंत्री अशोक गहलोत जी देखते हैं। आप इस बात को जानते हैं, एंटी करप्शन ब्यूरो के मामले में पूरी छूट मुख्यमंत्री अशोक गहलोत जी ने एंटी करप्शन ब्यूरो को दी है। लगातार शिकायतें मिल रही थी, मैं खुद परेशान था। आप जानते हैं, सत्य, धर्म और ईमानदारी के लिए हम हमारी जान देने के लिए तैयार हैं।
In 2019, the Congress government created 2 municipal corporations in cities like Kota and Jaipur. Politically, it was seen as a move by the Congress to loosen the BJP's grips on cities that have been their traditional vote bank. That's why Jaipur's heritage city and Jaipur have 2 mayors, Munesh from the Congress and Soumya from the BJP. Ironically, both have been in news for the wrong reasons, with allegations of corruption leveled against both their husbands. In Jaipur, Toshakhana Singh, NDTV.
So, well, even though the Gehlot government says that this is independence of the ACB, bad optics for the Congress in an election year. Short break now. News and updates continue on the other side. Well, it's been 4 years since Article 370 was abrogated in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, while the BJP celebrated the 4-year anniversary to mark all the big achievements in terms of tourism and economy, the opposition in Jammu and Kashmir today marked this particular day as a black day, saying that they were also put under house arrest today. Take a look at this report.
The 4th anniversary of the revocation of Article 370 being celebrated with victory slogans by the BJP. The party and the Union Territory Administration say scrapping the special status for Jammu and Kashmir has ushered in an era of peace and development in Jammu and Kashmir.
जम्मू कश्मीर में इतना बदला है, क्या नहीं बदला जम्मू कश्मीर में भैया, सब कुछ बदला है। जम्मू कश्मीर के रोड्स देखे, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर देखे, 3 टायर सिस्टम देख लीजिए। यहाँ होता नहीं था कुछ, यहाँ आज पंचायत है, बीडीसी है, डीडीसी है।
स्वाभाविक रूप से सबसे बड़ा बदलाव ये हुआ है कि अब जम्मू कश्मीर का आम आदमी अपनी मर्जी से जी रहा है। सड़क पर जो हिंसा होती थी वो समाप्त हो गई है। आतंकवादी अलगाववादी संगठन और पाकिस्तान के इशारे पर 150 दिन से ज्यादा जो बंद रहता था, स्कूल, कॉलेज, बिजनेस, वो दिन समाप्त हो गए।
On August 5th, 2019, the centre had scrapped the special constitutional status under Article 370 and stripped Jammu and Kashmir of its statehood. It was followed by mass arrests and unprecedented curbs in Kashmir. The opposition observes it as Black Day and denial of democracy in the region.
It feels like that we are not part of the largest democracy of the world. It feels that, there's a complete dissonance between what India preaches globally and what they are doing, in Kashmir. It feels like, democracy stops at Pathankot, and after that we don't see, any semblance of democracy here. We've been deprived of elections for last 5 years.
So what has changed in Jammu and Kashmir in the last 4 years? Stone pelting and shutdowns enforced by separatists have ended. Tourist arrivals surpassed numbers recorded in 2013. 1.8 crore tourists visited in 2022. Unprecedented security dominance in the region. Separatist structure dismantled in Kashmir. The government says that 29,000 jobs were given in last 4 years against 23% unemployment rate in Jammu and Kashmir.
Last 4 years have marked pacification of Kashmir as the opposition faces curbs on the 4th anniversary of scrapping of Article 370. BJP celebrated the day. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi, NDTV.